Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. I hope you enjoyed my unfinished objects video from last week. That was a little bit of fun to pop in while I was away on a holiday. I went away on another cruise with a group from Unwind Craft Cafe, and I had a wonderful time. I have done a full video about cruising, which is called Christmas Cruise. So if you're interested in just my impressions on cruising in general, go and watch that. This will not be about that. It will be about the activities and stuff that we got up to, as well as showing you my quite substantial yarn haul. So we'll get into that in a little bit. We sailed from Melbourne to Eden in New South Wales. Then we came back down the Tasmanian coast and did some real scenic cruising through the Freixenet Peninsula around Wineglass Bay. It was really beautiful, really slow in through inlets and close to the land with islands and beaches. It was just absolutely beautiful and relaxing and wonderful. And then we headed down towards Port Arthur. Unfortunately, the weather was quite choppy and we were not able to get into the port of Port Arthur. So we skipped ahead and spent an extra half day in Hobart instead, which was totally fine. I wasn't worried about whatever ports we were going to. In Eden, I literally just got off the boat, walked up the hill and had a little look at the town and then got back on again. And I was basically going to do the same thing at Port Arthur anyway. So in Hobart, the first day we were there, I just popped down to off the pier to the little market that they have in the information pier centre. And I might have bought a little bit of yarn. And then the next day, as a group, we went to the Salamanca wool shop and to Bombed Yarns, as well as a quilting shop as well. But I'm not a quilter or a sewer, so I didn't really take much notice of that, but they did provide a lovely lunch. So that was sort of the activity of the ship. I also, while I was on, I had some onboard credit. So I took some time for myself and I had a I can't say it. I had a Swedish massage and also a manicure that included hot stones and massaging of the hands and everything like that. So I got a little pretty shellac on my fingers. And that was a really nice way to spend a sea day. It was relaxing with the rocking back and forth of the ocean, as well as getting the massage. So I think that would be something that on a future cruise I would do again, because I actually really enjoyed that experience. So it was a really wonderful, relaxing cruise. Most mornings I would grab my coffee and go down and have breakfast in the main dining room, and then spend the morning sort of wandering around the ship, finding a nice spot to sit, looking out at the view for a while. And then in the afternoons, it was a sort of an agreed time that we would all meet as crafters and sit and craft and chat together. And then we had dinner booked on the same time in the same restaurant each evening. So we were able to spend that time together as well. And the rest of the time was reasonably flexible in terms of what we did. So we could catch up with people or not. And it's just a lovely way to unwind, relax, and meet some new people with very similar interests to you and enjoy cruising and looking at the amazing views. So I don't really have any farm news because I haven't actually been back at the farm all that long. It has really dried out here. It's been hot while I've been away, so the paddocks are quite dry. The sheep are still on that same bale of hay, which is great, but I think they're really wanting some green grass now. So the little area out here by the shed has still retained some green, and that was the bit that I was using the sprinkler on before I went away. So I'm thinking probably at the end of this week I'll open that up for them for a day or so, let them enjoy that, and then I will entice them back to their regular paddock with some grain and treats, and then try and keep this area green-ish for as long as possible. But I think they will attack it pretty hard if I let them in there. While I was away, Bali from Tea Time Yarn Retreats released her Clementine cowl pattern. If you haven't had a look at that, please go check that out. It's a wonderful pattern, and I was knitting it on the cruise, which I will show you next week. I've got so much yarn haul that it's just going to be too much if I do crafting and yarn haul as well. And then at the Mooroolbark Handicrafts and Wool Festival, she had kits with my DK yarn in it as well. So thank you if you stopped by her stall and picked up one of those kits with my yarn in it. We are now trying to work out how we can sell those online. She has all the kits with her at the moment, so we kind of have to work out how we can list them on both of our websites. So once we have sorted that out, I will let you know. I'll probably post on Instagram with a link to where you can find how you can get your own. So now I need to get my head back in the game a little bit. I need to look at my yearly planner, which is on the back of this cupboard here, and figure out markets and work back from there to get my dye schedule going so that I am all stocked up and ready. I definitely need to dye a lot more DK because all of them are in the kits at the moment. So I need to get a lot of that done. I'm waiting on the wispy yarn base to come in. It's on back order, and as soon as that comes in, I've got some orders that I need to fill, as well as getting stock ready for markets. So I am going to be busy in the next few months to get ready for markets coming up, and it's still going to be hot and warm, so I'll be able to get things dried and ready for markets really quickly, which is good. So in the next few weeks, there'll probably be some dye videos that I can show you as part of these updates, which is always fun. And as new colors and bases are put up on the website, I can share those with you as well. So as I said, I won't be sharing knitting progress in this section this week. Instead, it's going to be my haul from the cruise. So if you're not interested in that, then you can leave here, but I do have some very pretty things to share with you. I did take 5 projects away with me, and I didn't actually knit all that much for a knitting cruise. I tended to spend a lot of time talking or looking out at the scenery or walking around the boat, and actually not a lot of time sitting and knitting, which is totally fine. When I did, I would do like 1-2 rows and then just admire it and sit and look at the view and have a drink and all of that kind of thing. So I will share where I'm up to with everything next week, but it really wasn't a significant amount of knitting, and some people were absolute machines and finished whole projects, and I probably knit about this much the entire time. Okay, so the first thing I have to share with you is the goodie bag that was provided by Unwind. We got this, each got a bag like this. It's made out of recycled plastic, and they're all in a variety of colors. Then we got, in my face, we got a notebook, a mug, different kinds of tea to go with the mug, which I don't have in here. I've already put that into my bag to take to work with me. We got a skein of yarn. Mine is a Noro. It is Madara. That's quite pretty. We got a little bag. I don't know if you can see, it says life is better on a cruise. So that's quite fun. And it is an essentials cruise pack. It's got some little goodies, earplugs and chocolates and a pen, a sewing kit, tape measure, scissors, other little bits and pieces, essentials for travel. So that's that. And then we each got a project in an Unwind bag. Now, I am a knitter, and my bag said knit, but I'm pretty sure that Kate gave me this because she knows that I'm up for a challenge, and I do a little bit of crochet. But this is actually not a crochet project, but a Tunisian crochet project. So we got the cords and the hook for Tunisian crochet, as well as this pattern, the stained glass cowl, super pretty. And then the skeins of Moya yarn to make the pattern. So I've got this light champagne is the name of this one in Moya. And then the coloured is called oatmeal gradient to go with it. So that's going to be a fun little challenge for me to try and do some Tunisian crochet. I have done a tiny little bit before and I did enjoy it, but I've never actually done like a proper project. It was literally just like a square just to try it out. So that's going to be not on the hook soon, but I'll look forward to trying it out at some point. Then we stopped in Eden. We didn't go to any yarn stores there. There was a little market on the port and there was a yarn store, but she was mainly selling commercial yarns. So I didn't buy anything from her. I did buy myself a magnet, but I didn't bring that with me. It's already on my fridge. So nothing from there. And then again, we didn't stop in Port Arthur. And then we stopped in Hobart and there was a market at the pier. And I bought a few things from there. So there was actually a lady selling yarn at the pier. It is rainbow hand dyed. This is an alpaca nylon. And I got 2 in this bush grey, she called it, and 1 in this colour. And I don't think this one actually has a name on it, but I think they go beautifully together. Don't know what I'm going to make. Again, I don't have any plans for maybe 1 or 2 skeins of the things that I bought. Everything else was literally just because it was pretty. So I thought that was a really nice combination that I could potentially make something with. So that was my first purchase. And then also from that market, there was a lady selling aprons. And I thought that this would be the perfect apron for dyeing yarn. So it's purple, so that's mainly why I chose this one. It's got pictures of like sewing and crafting on it, needles and threads and everything, but it actually has a hand towel built into it. So I can be dealing with water and mess, and then I can actually dry my hands on the hand towel and keep going rather than having to go find one from somewhere else. So I thought that was super clever, and I'm looking forward to using that on my next dye day. All right, we went to 2 main yarn shops in Hobart. The first was the Salamanca wool shop. And as you can see, I've got quite a bag here. So I'm going to go through the contents of this bag. I decided to buy all Tasmanian hand dyers, so indie dyers from Tasmania, to support them and just to try out some things that I hadn't seen before. So that was really exciting, and there was so much that was really pretty. So it's hard to keep to what I actually bought, but in the end, we did a show and share on the boat after we all got back, and I won most yarn bought. I didn't think I had gone that over the top, but apparently I had. So for doing that, I got more yarn as a gift from Unwind for being the person who bought the most. I got this huge skein of Noro. There's so I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one or the one that I got in the goodie bag, but it's quite pretty. So it'll become something one day. Okay, so first to what I bought at the Salamanca wool shop. First thing is this bright pink beauty. It's just called Pink as the colorway, from Tassie Knitters. It's got a little bit of purple, but mostly just a whole range of bright and colorful pinks. What else do I have in this bag? From Yarns with Alex, I got her self-striping standout sock set. This is Seduction, and this is Champagne. and this was a exclusive colorway to the shop. So that was exciting to get something that was not going to be available online. Color's not quite, yeah, there you go. Really pretty, and excited to see how that one knits up. Also from Yarns with Alex, I got this beautiful teal, that's coming up really well on the screen, and it is called Tempest, and it is a superwash merino nylon. Everything that I bought is fingering weight, by the way. I got this single skein of Lexington Woolies. It's a Cormo, and I've never knit with Cormo before, so I thought that I would just grab a skein of this to try out. It is 100% Cormo silver gum. It's locally grown in Sanford, Tasmania, and hand dyed by Louis and Lola Yarns. So it's got some different hands of Tasmania all over it, which is kind of nice. So that's that one. I've got 2 skeins of Wattlebird yarn. Got this one, which is called Kelp Forest, and this, which is called Leaf. Really good. I'm thinking these might be great colours for colour work because it's really nice and poppy and bright. And not lots of fun. So just thought that they would fit for some colour work. I also found this bag of beautiful purples. I mean, purple, what can I say? These are from Dizzy Devil Yarn. They also have a little stitch marker on it with a little, oops, upside down. Let me get it. With a little Tasmanian devil. So cute. So it's 4 skeins of sock yarn, and the kit is called Geo Funk. It is 75 merino, 25 nylon. So pretty. So one of these might become part of the Mosaica shawl, or I might end up choosing to do a project with just these 4 by themselves. Haven't quite decided yet, but they are just so pretty. I'm getting a little bit piled up here. Okay, last one from Salamanca is this kit from Sally Ridgway. It is supposed to be for the Brighten Up Cowl kit in the Naturalist colorways. I probably won't use it in the cowl that it's designed for, but I just thought that's a bit better. You can see the colors it's trying to get the reflection off. But we're just a really pretty set, and I was at the cash register and it literally just like fell down from a shelf next to me, and I'm like, oh goodness, they're really pretty. I have to have those. So I think they're going to be nice to put together into some kind of gradient shawl or something with a main color that brings it all together. Again, no real plans, but something that just caught my eye. Okay, and now my bombed yarn haul. So we went to her dye studio, and she has a little shop there. So I got this beautiful one of a kind. This is 100% superwash merino. I think this is definitely going to be in the Mosaica shawl that I've been working on. My thought is that I will use this with the white speckle that I have, and that will be the sections with where the cinnamon was before. I'll explain it next week because I'll definitely bring the project over and have this with it. But this is really pretty. Speckles of blue and red and yellow, and it's sort of a grey purple kind of background. So really caught my eye. I got this really pretty set. They are for the tailwind pattern. So it is, they're 350-gram skeins, beautiful yellowy mustard, white with multitude of different coloured speckles. And then this is just beautiful. It's like brown and purple and blue. It just, that one really is what caught my eye, a little bit of green and everything in there. So I think that is going to be really pretty. I may actually do the pattern that is suggested, but it could also make any really beautiful 3-color cowl or shawl pattern. So that one. I got these two. This is called Pinot on the Carpet. It's a 100% superwash merino yarn, and it is actually hard to show you on the camera. That's probably pretty true. So it's a dark, there's sort of, it's black, red, purple, kind of pink, really quite dramatic and dark. And I'm thinking that this will make a really beautiful short sleeve top. Super excited about that. And the last thing that I got is 4 skeins of this beautiful pinkish red called A Rose Among Thorns, and all of her names were really clever. So this is, it's red without being red and pink without being pink. It's got some sort of slightly green, slightly brown sections. Really gorgeous. And I'm not normally like a red person, but I thought this is just a really lovely color, and I'm excited to make myself a jumper out of that as well. So yeah, I got a whole jumper's worth, and that I'm really happy with how I matched the colors up. There was some slight variation in the dye lights, obviously, so I will be probably, we'll see how we go, alternating skeins when I do go to knit with this. But just looking at it on the camera there, they do all look fairly consistent, which is quite pleasing. So that is my huge yarn haul from Tasmania. As you can see, I focused on 4-ply and hand dyed from Tasmania, and I'm really happy with the selection that I got. I tried to choose some colors that were a little bit outside of my normal comfort zone, definitely things that I don't dye for myself, and I'm really looking forward to deciding what to make with them and incorporating these into the rest of my stash to create some really beautiful projects moving forward. And I love buying souvenir holiday yarns because you have that memory associated with where you were and what you did, and then you can look at them for a while, and then when you knit with them you also get that memory from the holiday again as well. And I was doing that just before I went away on this cruise, knitting the stuff that I had bought the previous one. So now I have this that I can remember this holiday by, and start to enjoy making things with that as well. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.